I'm not going to go through every single problem in detail, but the first 3 or 4, I'll break it down to a decent amount of detail. When you go to graph this, you got to go find your y-intercept. It's always the number that's behind the x value there. So it says -2, so we need to put the dot at -2. Then we're going to steal that front number in front of the x, and if it's not a fraction, make it into a fraction. And that top number there, that -2, that means we've got to go down 2 spots from that y-intercept. And then the bottom number, which in that case is a +1, that means we'd go over 1 to the right, put the new dot there, draw the line, and you're done. So number 2, start out with the y-intercept. In this case, it's +2, so put a dot right at +2 on the y-axis. And then use this slope number, 1/3. The top number will tell you to go up 1 because it's a +1. And the bottom number is a +3, so we'd go to the right 3. Okay. Number 2, number 3, the y-intercept in this case is +2 again, so we put the dot there at +2 on the y-axis. It would be the same as having a -1 in front of that x, so make that into a fraction by putting a +1 underneath it. And I'm going to take just a moment here to go over this because this usually causes some issues. If you have a negative number on the top of your fraction, you would go down. If you've got a negative number on the bottom of your fraction, you would go to the left. If we have a positive number, we would be going up, however many that is, and if it's a positive on the bottom, we'd be going to the right. So you might want to make a note, try to memorize these, because now since we got a -1 on top, we're going to be going down 1. And since we got a +1 on the bottom, a positive on the bottom, we'd be going to the right 1. So down 1 to the right 1. Draw your line. Over here, I had to type out the fraction, so we'll get to that in a second, but your y-intercept is -5, so we'll put the dot right there. And hey, there's your fraction looking vertical the way you normally like to see it. It's a +7, so we move up 7 and then to the right 4. This one we'll probably go through a little bit faster. Y-intercept is at -5, and then you would move up 9 and to the right 4 for the second dot. There's your line. Y-intercept's -3, so for this one you've got 2 positives, 2 over 5, so we would go up 2 and to the right 5. Draw your line. Number 7, hey, y-intercept is 4. You've got a slope of 1, +1, so it'd be 1 over 1. That means we go up 1 and to the right 1. Draw your line. And the rest I'll let you kind of just see this here. The slope is going to be negative, so we got to go down, and then +1 on the bottom of it, so we go to the right 1. +1 is your slope, so we go up 1 to the right 1. If you stack this fraction up right here, be -1 over 5, so we go down 1 and to the right 5. So we start at -3, go down 1 and to the right 5. Here, y-intercept's -3, so we'd go up 7 and to the right 1. And the very last one, the y-intercept is -2. And we would need to go down 2 and to the right 5.